JANA. I'm back today with another video, and today you and I are going to be watching a video titled Moments of Instant Regret Caught on Camera. Now, there is nothing I love more than seeing instant regret on people's faces. I'm literally so excited for this video. If you guys are too, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Have you ever done something you wish you could undo? Well, luckily for you, it probably went unnoticed, but not everyone has that kind of good fortune. Some people's regrets will be forever immortalized on the internet for everyone to see.
That is crazy to think about. Every stupid thing we say on the internet stays on the internet forever.
Imagine being one of these people. There you are just walking around this 850-foot high glass bridge when suddenly the whole thing cracks beneath your feet. It's scary, sure, but unfortunately for all these terrified people, it's also just a special effect.
When I tell you I would have a heart attack, I think I would start losing my mind.
This amazing technology was put there just to scare tourists, and it's definitely working. Plus, it makes for some hilarious viewing for anyone who's watching from afar, which has got to make the whole experience even worse for the scaredy cat tourists. People are always seeking new ways to experience a little bit of adrenaline, but that doesn't mean it's always a positive experience. That's definitely the case for these people. They all have a different approach, but the results are the same. They're all terrified and screaming to be rescued.
They're just on some sort of flat ladder in the sky. They seem to be harnessed up, thank God.
That's especially true for the people who can't even see where they're going because they decided it was a good idea to wear a silly costume. It does seem like a lot of them would get across just fine if they didn't forget how to step across a single plank. I guess we all make our own problems sometimes. Heights probably don't help either, I guess.
Even though they're harnessed up, it must be really scary to fall.
Bowling is a fun sport because anyone can do it, kinda. You don't need any practice to win, and anyone can join in. When something is that simple, it's usually not a good idea to make it more complicated. This guy decided to add a little flourish to his throw, and it backfired spectacularly. Hopefully he'll take a simpler approach in the future, or there might not be any bowling alleys left standing.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
This guy destroyed this entire freaking bowling alley. Unfortunately for him, it went wrong. I'm sorry, dude.
Winning a trophy is one of the best reasons to celebrate. And when this young team got their first trophy in their hands, that's exactly what they did. Unfortunately, it's pretty easy to get swept up in all the excitement and forget that you're standing under a very low roof. So in the end, they had a trophy for about 5 seconds.
You guys, they literally destroyed their trophy the moment they got it. I would feel so freaking guilty. That must totally suck. I feel terrible for them. But hey, at least they still won the game, so good for them.
Despite what people think, things can and do go wrong in water slides. Still, it's pretty difficult to mess up a ride yourself. Yet somehow, this guy achieved that anyway. I doubt anyone knows what he did to cause himself to actually slide backwards. It's such a failure, it almost becomes impressive again.
He somehow goes backwards down the freaking water slide. Seems really uncomfortable and does not seem intentional, so I'm sure this was a horrible accident. I hope he's okay.
It's anyone's guess how he got out. The only thing I know for sure is that I'm very glad the designer made the tube transparent. We all get a bit grumpy sometimes if we see something we want, but we're not allowed to have it. This guy just wanted some ice cream, but he made a big mistake visiting the ice cream wizard for his favorite treat. Alright, so I don't think he's a real wizard, but I dare you to find a better explanation for the skill he has with an ice cream cone. That better be the best ice cream ever, or this guy's gonna be angry after all he went through to get it.
Okay, so apparently this guy messes with you while he gives you your ice cream. He makes you think he's gonna give it to you, and then he tricks you repeatedly until honestly it looks like he gets a little bit annoying. I'll let you annoy me for a little bit of ice cream any day.
Luckily for us, there are some things that are really hard to mess up. A zipline definitely falls into that category. They're designed so it's almost impossible to get wrong. And yet there are people like this man who seem to be able to get themselves into trouble no matter how simple the task. It's not even a long slide. Think it can't get any worse? Just wait for him to be rescued with a level of skill and finesse that almost makes him look bad. He should have just gone in the water instead.
That is so embarrassing. A zipline is literally the most simple concept ever. You literally go from point A to point B, holding on a little thing, sliding down a rope. Very simple. How the hell do you get it wrong?
Sometimes, even though you know something's a terrible idea, you still can't predict just how badly it's going to go. Someone had clearly reassured this man that he could drop the plate on the floor without breaking. Alright, so it does look like it won't break if it lands in exactly the right way. But if it lands in the wrong way,
Go. Alright, it won't break though. That
Higher.
good.
you're going to end up with a problem that's much worse than a few scuffs. He's never going to be able to put it back together again.
That literally shattered into a million pieces. When it first landed, I was so relieved. I was like, thank God it's not gonna be broken. And then it turned a little bit and it just shattered. How does that happen? I have no idea. It's like magic, but it's absolutely insane either way.
Home dance videos are never a good idea. Chances are, all you're doing is making yourself look silly, but it could always be worse.
My question is, what the hell?
Thankfully, we have this woman to demonstrate how not to do it. She combined her lack of dancing skills with an inability to catch, and this is what happened. Well, it's a terrible dance, and she has no sunglasses anymore, but it was a halfway decent bit of slapstick, so it's not all bad.
For her sake, I'm really hoping those sunglasses were not expensive. Otherwise, I would be really upset because glasses falling from that height would 100% be destroyed. She was totally having an unlucky day.
There are countless ways to impress people if you're willing to learn a new skill. With all those options, it can be pretty daunting to know where to start. Do you learn an instrument? Or maybe some card tricks? Or even learn to dance so you can sweep someone off their feet? Whatever you choose, just don't try whatever it is this guy thought he was doing.
That looks insanely painful. I literally cannot begin to describe. Oh my god. This guy is an absolute lunatic. Why the hell would he do that? Absolutely nuts.
It's not impressive to start with, and it won't end well either. Skiing is tough, so you can be forgiven for making a couple of mistakes along the way. Usually a mistake means struggling to stop or not quite staying on your feet. It doesn't usually include starting your skiing run on the edge of a cliff.
Bye, have a great time.
Don't worry, he was fine, but it's anyone's guess how he thought that was a good idea.
Honestly, it's basically all covered with snow, so he probably just thought it was regular mountain. I went skiing once and I learned that I am not good at skiing. I'm honestly actually the most terrible skier in the world. It's just so difficult to me. I don't understand how people can ski. It's so hard.
It turns out the ultimate humiliation is sliding down a ski slope on your back like a penguin. It's pretty easy to get distracted when you're excited about something, but it helps to at least try and pay attention to your surroundings. This man was so happy about catching a fish that he forgot he was on a boat and not his office. That's a pretty big thing to forget, especially if you decide to put your phone down on a desk that doesn't exist.
He literally threw his phone down thinking there was a desk in front of him, but he forgot he was on a boat. How do you forget you're on a boat?
The tiniest lapse in concentration and there's no going back. It did make me wonder if he went in after, but that probably wouldn't do much to fix the problem anyway. We always think that you've got to be really good at something to do it for a living, but people mess up at work all the time. Usually when that happens though, it's not a whole team of professionals causing a huge disaster.
Escalated quickly.
You can just tell it's a seriously expensive brand new countertop, and now they're going to have to replace it. Good luck explaining that one to the boss.
That countertop is in pieces. All I'm seeing is just money getting flushed down the toilet. I am literally praying for these guys because I do not know how you recover from that. That is a tough one.
The first leap into the unknown is always the hardest. You need courage and determination to take that first step, and you can only hope that your bravery will be rewarded. In this case, it definitely wasn't. He was so close and yet so far. It would have been comforting knowing that she didn't even notice, but unfortunately, his friend had a camera pointed right at him the whole time. That's the last thing he wanted.
Poor guy got rejected. He went in for a kiss and the girl didn't even notice, but her friend recorded it, so you know she showed her after. I feel really bad for him. That's embarrassing.
Everyone creates problems for themselves sometimes, but not many of us do it with this much determination. He sprays one bottle of milk in his face and then immediately has another go. Most people would have definitely stopped on the first bottle, not this man.
What the hell?
He's made of different stuff. I'm not so sure that's a good thing though.
Okay, so this guy just blasts milk in his face. Like, that's all he does. That is super weird. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Why is that like a thing that he does? Imagine he's like lactose intolerant. That would be funny.
As humans, we face all sorts of challenges every day. If you're one of the lucky few, then you get to wind down by relaxing on the beach. But stay alert. You never know when an unexpected problem will pop up. This girl must have thought she was having a great time, when in the meantime, she was creating a disaster. And to rub salt in the wound, everyone except her is definitely going to find it hilarious.
She has a tan line in the shape of her face mask. If I were her, I would just fake tan the rest of her face and hope for the best.
With all the distractions in the world, it can be easy to forget about things you can't see, but always keep glass doors in mind. Those things can sneak up on you. When you're least expecting it, a stack of pizzas might arrive and then this happens. We can all sympathize with that. You'll get to the pizzas a whole lot quicker though if you don't have to cross a sea of broken glass to pick up your delivery.
I feel so bad for people when this happens because I know it's completely not their fault. Like, how is he supposed to know that door was just gonna fall down and completely crack? It's just such an unlucky thing. I feel so bad.
Social media has got some people really into makeup lately. They add all sorts of things to themselves in the hopes that it will make them look better on camera. This girl clearly loves her fake eyelashes, but her cat had other ideas.
Where did all my eyelashes go?
I can't think of any reason why a cat would want to eat fake eyelashes off someone's face, except because it doesn't like them.
Goose, did you eat my eyelashes off?
She should really take the cat's advice. People prefer natural beauty anyway.
The reason I find this so funny is because my dog Artie does the exact same thing. He will try to bite off my fake lashes constantly. He's like, take those lashes off. Honestly, it's kind of mean.
Loads of people are scared of amusement rides, and that's fair. But who would have thought you need to be on high alert even if you're just standing around minding your own business? This guy never realized that he should have been looking over his shoulder. Perfect photo opportunity? Not quite. More like the perfect opportunity to lose your sunglasses forever. That went so badly for him, I wouldn't be surprised if he went home after that.
So he not only got soaked, but he also lost his sunglasses. And you know amusement parks aren't gonna let him go on any other rides if he's soaked. So his day is basically ruined. RIP to that guy. Alright you guys, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Comment down below which moment of instant regret you enjoyed the most. I love you guys so much and I'll see you next time. Bye.